Hello friends and welcome to yet another video on Tutorialspoint with me Richa. Today under youth empowerment we will talk about decision making in youth. Well, youth time is a time wherein you feel a little confused about taking the right decision, and out of that confusion you might take a decision on impulse which might be a regret later on in life. So let's take a look about this particular module on decision making and let's see the agenda for us. We will here talk about what is the difficulty in decision making, the role of emotions and hormones which can create havoc in decision making, process of decision making, how do you involve elders in your decision making process, and what is rational versus irrational decision. So now talking about difficulty in decision making, well, decision making is so agonizing for some of the youngsters because of the conflicted relationships that they are in, conflict in relations with parents, relatives, friends, etc. Because of which it gives rise to decision making and confusion in what is the right decision for you. They want to maintain their freedom, at the same time they don't want to get committed to something because of the fear that they will lose their freedom. By committing to those, to choose nothing and keeping their options open, they feel that their freedom is still there. And for youth, the freedom is everything for them on this particular earth. So they at no point of time want to lose their freedom. Well, there is also a biological reason why youth is not able to make a particular decision because of the fact that the part of the brain which controls the decision making capability and skill is not fully developed in youth, and that gets fully developed only when you're an adult. So that is also one of the reasons why youth feel a little hesitant or a little complicated to take a part in decision making process. Youngsters have this immaturity which makes them more likely to seek shortcuts in life. They want to have instant gratification. They want to make sure that they involve themselves in more and more risky behavior. And also they make choices out of impulse. Focus on short-term gains because they don't think long-term. So they are okay to have short-term gains. They want to have so many things, but at the same time, they feel they don't want to lose their freedom. So they always take the shortcuts to everything in life. Now let's take a look about what is the role of emotions and hormones in your decision-making process for the youth. Every feeling begins with an external stimulus, whereas something has been said to them or some event has taken place, some situation has happened externally which gives rise to an emotion internally for the youth. That stimulus generates an unfelt emotion in the brain which causes the body to produce certain hormones, and those hormones can actually affect the decision-making process. These hormones enter the bloodstream and create feelings. Sometimes those feelings can be positive and sometimes those feelings can be negative, but it all starts with external stimulus. Your emotions impact your decision-making process by creating certain feelings. So for example, if a youth is living in a broken home or he's seeing his parents fighting all the time, which in fact will give rise to a particular feeling and emotion which will give rise to a particular hormone in the body, and that complicates his decision-making process. So he might go the wrong way or he might go the right way. That is still to be decided by the youth. But at the same time, the being in that area or surrounding of constant fights and arguments and all of that gives rise to these hormones and emotions which ultimately result in the decision-making process. Now let's take a look about what is the process of decision making. While a youth might be very undecisive on how to take the decision, there is a step-by-step process of what and how you can take that decision, and the process becomes easier by understanding the steps. So the first and the most important thing for decision making is you have to identify and define what the actual issue is. What is the decision which needs to be taken on what particular issue? So identifying the issue is very important. Then you have to list down what are the possible options that you feel for that particular cause for which you are taking a decision. You have to list down the possible options to solve that particular problem. Seek advice from people like elders, relatives, friends who can help you out. Write down the pros and cons of each and every choice. That will help you to understand each and every point in detail. If you write down the pros and cons of that particular point, it will help you in your decision making process. Then after you have done it, rate or rank your choices, and that will make it easier for you. For example, if you've written down if there's a problem and you are wanting to take a decision to solve that problem, and you have written down 5 options. Out of those 5 options, you've written the pros and cons for each option. Now try to rate those options in the manner of priority 1, priority 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Once you have rated them down, you have made your choice, create a plan of the specific steps that you will take. And that is very important because that will help you to plan out your next plan of action. So then you have to carry out your plan. So that's a step-by-step process of how do you solve problems or how do you take a decision in any particular aspect of your life. Now, friends, it's very important for youth to involve elders into the decision-making into the decision-making process that they will do, because of the fact that elders come with a lot of more knowledge, more experience, and they can actually mentor and guide and even coach a particular youth in a little better manner because of the experience that they carry with them. So these experiences can come used to you, and it will also help you to make a more informed decision-making. Reach out to an elder who is approachable. Definitely you don't want to reach out to somebody whom you don't get along with. It could be a relative in your family whom who really is not approachable and you don't like that person. So do not go to that person, but go to somebody who's approachable and whom you like talking to in your family. Seeking help from elders in decision making will help you to take more rational decisions, more thought about, as well as more logical, rational decisions in your life. They can even help you connect with some of their acquaintances who has an idea about this particular decision that you're trying to take. So that could also help you out to take a better decision. Now let's understand the difference between rational and irrational decision making. Well, the rational part of your brain is the left part of your brain, which is more involved with fact, figures, concepts, and also understanding in detail about that particular problem. So that's the rational part, which is the left part of the brain. The right part of the brain is more dealing with emotions and impulse, fantasies and dreams, etc. And that actually causes you to take irrational decisions because you might take decisions on an impulse if you follow the right side of your brain. So rational decision making is a process where decision making is consciously thought about step by step in an analytical manner, whereas irrational decision making is something in which you respond completely to emotions and take an impulse, a decision based on impulse. Rationals are thought out, common sense. Irrational is not common sense because you are driven not by your brain, you are driven by your emotions. An irrational decision is a decision that goes against or it counters the logic part of the brain. So there will always be a lot of fight between the rational part of your brain and irrational part of your brain. It is for the youth to understand what to follow and how to follow. Well, that brings us to the end of this particular module on decision making. It is important to understand that you cannot change the decisions that you have made in the past, but you can definitely consciously and in a more logical way understand how you can deal with the problems currently in your life, presently in your life, in order to help you take better decisions in life. I do hope you have enjoyed listening to this particular module as much as I have enjoyed teaching this to you. Well, happy decision making to you. Thank you for watching us.